Well, folks, it's Tuesday night, and Tuesday night means 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons here in Fantasy Grounds. We're continuing our epic campaign here, Horde of the Dragon Queen. Hopefully you were able to watch the last episode as our PCs finally made it to the camp and now investigating, trying to find a way to rescue the prisoners from down below. So welcome everyone, and let's get it on. So Merrick is down about 50 feet below everyone else. I should mention, for those of you at home, one of our PC's characters couldn't make it tonight. So basically, his character is going to be scouting around the area, just checking to make sure, the party's not getting snuck up on or nothing's going on. So he'll be kind of out and about doing his own little thing tonight. So anyways, this Merrick lands on the ground and starts walking over to the prisoners, which are located down here in this area, tied up to poles there. He does see 6 of them, 3 males and 3 females, and he noticed one of the males was laying on the ground. As he approached a little bit closer, some of the voices whispering from the other prisoners kind of gets this guy's attention, and he kind of stares at Merrick as Merrick's kind of walking across the muddy pit now as it's starting to rain and get dark. And his eyes bug out, his eyelids open wide, and he starts shaking his head back and forth. No. So, what is everyone going to be doing?
Well, all right. I see that. How far away am I from them now?
You're about 30, 40 feet away. You're
Okay.
kind of here where I put the little circle here.
Okay.
And they're kind of
I
all in this general vicinity over in there, about
cool.
30, 40 feet away. So for you guys up at the top, it is getting dark, so it is very shadowy. It's low light source. Um, it's not very bright lights. There isn't much light coming out. The nearest um, torch is over here, and it's
Oh,
only
that's
giving.
good. That's good.
So it's not very bright out. It's kind
Cool.
of dark and shadowy.
I might be the only one without dark vision.
That's great.
Yeah,
Perfect. Perfect opportunity.
Yeah. So I halt
Sure.
and see with his eyes if he's like trying to mention or point out that there's a guard nearby.
Well, why don't you give me your perception check?
Sure.
Um, you don't think his eyes are giving you the impression that there's a guard out here? No.
Okay. So
More
I
along the
will.
lines that he's like sees you like sneaking up through the mud and coming out of the
Right.
shadows.
I didn't know if his no was like, no, don't do this at all, or no, this is a bad time. So I was wanting to see if he was like, no, and then like in a direction. So, okay. So he's like, no, this whole idea is awful. Perfect.
Or
Alright.
he might be like, "No, please don't kill me."
Eh,
Just saying.
true.
So yeah, like I said, you're about 30, 40 feet away. You're probably about 30, 40 feet away from about 6, 8 tents as well. Remember, each one
Yeah.
of these tents, basically each circle kind of represents a group of like 6 to 8 tents. So obviously the smaller circles are maybe 4 or 5 tents, but yeah.
I try to sneak as quietly, and I don't care how slow it has to be, to get up to the first person I can, the first prisoner
Okay.
closest to me.
So why don't we do this, because I wasn't going to, because I like actually doing things. All right, so I'm just going to send you basically a white piece of paper there.
Okay.
You like my awesome white piece of paper?
Lovely.
Yeah.
So, so let's assume you are there. That's the wrong thing. All right. I'm just going to put out some random tokens here.
Cool.
All right, so kind of that's the way they're kind of set up, about 10 feet apart. Why won't that one stay up there? Golly. Oh, now I got to shift everybody. God damn it. All right, let's try that again. About 10 feet apart. Whoop. So the elf is written there. The other ones look like humans. We have a male, female, come on, female, male. All right.
Cool.
Tents kind of in the other area here. All right. So, you should have access to your token there.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'll be randomly rolling at different times for different things that may or may not happen. So,
Okay.
not to put any pressure on you or anything.
All right. The idea would be to move behind.
All right. So as you approach this fellow, he kind of starts whispering, "Are you here to rescue us? Oh my God! Thank God! Thank God! Get us out of here! Get us out of here! These people are crazy. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna kill every one of us." Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on it. Here's a berry that'll make you feel better and get your strength back up while we're working on a plan. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
So I give him a good berry and I put it in his mouth.
All right. You know, as you're up there, big metal chain going up from above their heads down to shackles down in their hands.
Okay. Like, I needed to see your physical condition to make sure you guys could climb the rope up. We're going to come up with a plan, okay?
What's your plan?
Not
Get us
sure
out of
yet,
here.
Shh. wait, I just need you to play along and stay quiet.
You're gonna get us
Anything-
killed. Get us out of here. What are you doing?
Anything? Shh. Same thing here. Goodberry, try and calm and assure that we have a plan. We're forming a plan. And it's okay. Just stay calm. And here's a Goodberry.
Okay. All right.
Up to here. Here's a Goodberry. We're working on a plan. Just stay calm and gather your strength. Is anybody? You said really only one from a Ford looked pretty damaged. So the females and the male that I've seen so far, they look like they're able-bodied.
Yeah. Everybody looks.
Okay.
I mean, they look, kind of obviously dirty and
Right.
without
Not like
drink
broken
and
legs. Or
yeah,
nothing,
nothing
just
like that.
Regular old people. Gotcha.
Right. As you get closer to the elf, though, he's still kind of laying on the ground. You can see he's got puffy face. Looks like he's got scratches under both eyes. His hair is just covered with mud, dirt from probably just laying in his filth and stuff. And he looks at you, coming up. You're gonna ruin everything. Get the hell out of here. Shh. Don't make me call the guards. You're gonna ruin everything. I didn't sacrifice myself to come on this trip to be rescued. Excuse me, sorry.
Okay. That's I couldn't tell if that was you or the character.
That was my voice because I was all raspy because of the character. So what's your brave plan here, hero? Got everybody free and get them out of here?
Well,
That is. He kind of shakes his head. That's not going to work. There's much more going on here. I need to stay and find out what's going on, and these people need to stay. Hearing that, the female that's 10 feet just below you there, she starts yelling, "No, I'm not staying here because of him. Get us out of here. What the hell?"
I look at her, put my fingers like, shh, you're going to blow this all. Shh, everything's going to be fine. The elf, I give 2 good berries to.
He
it's like,
closes his mouth. I don't. What the hell do you want me to tell them? What the hell do you want me to tell them? Oh, I magically healed? Like that's not gonna
okay, that's
get
fine.
some suspicion.
Then don't get a berry. That's fine. I didn't know if you needed your strength or not. That's fine.
These people need to sacrifice. Don't listen to them. You need to get the hell out of here. I can't learn what's going on. I've learned so much just today.
Okay, I'm really glad that you've learned a lot. Okay, but what happens if you die and no one gets that information? Now, I have a friend with an owl that we were able to see through. I'm gonna try and see if I can get that owl to come back. And could you talk to the owl to tell him what you've learned and what your plan is to free these people?
Well, out of character, I just don't think that's going to work.
Okay.
Because I believe the spell doesn't. He can see through the eyes, but I don't think he can listen to what's going on. I could be mistaken, but I believe that is the case. I'm looking up the spell as we speak.
My character doesn't know. My character just knows that he saw through them, and there might be a chance of that working, because you obviously don't want me to save you.
I don't want you to save anyone.
That's perfect. That's cool. But I don't want your knowledge to die.
And she's like,
if
"What do you mean? We'll not save anyone. You're here to save us and save us."
Shh. I'm just telling you.
So this
that
guy
so
up
I can
here
get the
is
information.
now starts chiming in. He's like, "Well, what about me? Get me out of here."
I go up to him and it's like, I give him a good berry. I whisper in his ear, "We're gonna get you out of here no matter what this other guy says. Okay, just play along."
Listen, he whispers back. He whispers back. They took him. I don't know what they did with him, but boy, when he came back, he was beat to hell. He's probably not in his right mind. Whatever you do, he needs to go too.
Okay. I go up to this one. Goodberry. Promise that everything's going to be okay. And just, again, just checking on the physical condition.
Yep.
That she could make it all out okay.
Well, I mean, you're talking some people here, some farmers and some,
Yeah, I'm
just
not asking for
they're not
heroes.
they're not going to be able to like climb up the side of a cliff without,
Gotcha.
making like lots of bad checks. Bad things could possibly happen.
Okay. Then we'll have to work a system. We'll figure that out. They're able-bodied, but they're not adventurers.
Yeah. Right.
Gotcha. All right. I come back to him as I look. Okay. I can't do this on my own. I'll go talk to my party. If you want to be left alone, I'll leave you alone. You said you found out something more. Just can you give me a quick 30-second minute?
Yes.
What's going on?
I will give you 30 seconds. Then you leave. Promise.
Yes.
Don't come back. Sacrifice these people if you need to. He says, I heard them talk when they were interrogating me. There's something in the cave. They're planning on leaving in a week. Come back in a week. Find out what's in the cave. Find out whatever you can. He also says,
okay.
He also says, if something goes wrong and you don't find me back here in a week, he says, remember to... Oh, is that my student staff you have there?
Yes, I have this. He told me to come find you.
Yes. Wow. Excellent. Little dragon comes through again. How did he know I would be out here? That foolish little boy is going to get himself killed. Tell him the Red Roost is to the north. Talk with the holy man with the cut eye. Tell him that. He'll understand what I mean.
Red Roost is to the north. Talk to the holy man with the cut eye.
Right.
Let me write that down.
I know they're planning on leaving. Come back in a week. Find out what was in the cave.
Okay. And so you're absolutely sure if they find you guys going, they will deviate from that plan?
Is my thought from what I understand when they were talking, when things I've heard today. It's amazing what you can find out when people think you're dumb and deaf and unconscious.
Yes, that's a very good technique.
And this lady starts yelling now, talking. I shouldn't say yelling, but talking rather loud and saying, "Okay, what's your big plan? Get us out of here."
Okay.
You don't listen to him. You're not leaving us here. There's no way.
This
I will
right
scream. Yes, she says.
Okay.
I will
I'm like,
scream
okay.
at the top of my lungs.
I had to make sure that you guys are capable of walking, and because from up top of those cliffs behind me, they're really tall, right? I couldn't tell from up top if you guys were able to walk and climb on your own, or how hard it was going to be to get you guys out here. So I had to come and sneak and get a good close look at you to see what I was working with, so I can get back with my people who were up top and work on a plan on how to get all of you out of here safe. Okay?
Make it quick. Hurry. Somebody's going to come sooner or later.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting out of here.
I feel the gods are rolling dice every minute.
Okay. All right. I'm headed out.
Don't you
We're
leave
going-
me! Don't you leave me!
Shh. I had to take a look. I figured out that we're working with good, able-bodied people who are willing to get out of here and are going to do what it takes. Now I've got to get my guys ready for the plan. Okay? Okay. We're going to be going up the cliff. Okay? Okay. I'll be back in a bit. And out.
Okay.
And then try to go over to the rope
Okay.
and get back up.
All right.
No,
So-
I'm back up.
Um. Yeah, I'll assume you can climb back up with the help of the rope there.
Cool. Okay, guys. There's 6 people down there, including that elf monk that guy that we ran into was talking about with the staff. So whoever uses his staff, here's his staff back because it
Okay.
looks like a good staff.
I will take it if nobody else wants it.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
I forget who had it, but they can have it back. So I say we need to get away from the ledge and get back away and hide so we can talk about this because I don't want to get caught up near the ledge.
That makes sense.
All right. So you back up about 50, 60 feet down the little gully there so you can't be seen. And basically Merrick tells you what had
Yeah.
transpired down there.
Sorry.
Yep. So that's it. He's very adamant about everybody staying and that the whole camp's going to leave in a week and that apparently something major is in that cave and either it's going to stay or whatever. The cave's the big thing that we've got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And in his current state, he will not be willing to leave. So if we do try and get anybody out, he will be actively trying to stop us.
And he also mentions to you the fact that the guy next to him said that basically they had taken him.
They might have beaten him senseless. He might be crazy.
Yeah, basically the other guy said that they had
Well,
They
like I
had,
said before.
seen him, picked him out, remembered him, or did something like he had come across them before, and they literally took him and beat the snot out of him all day. Which you can obviously see that had happened. And he said, he's probably not even thinking right.
Exactly.
Yeah, he might not be thinking right. The other 5, they're able-bodied, but they're not gonna be able to climb a rope. They're not rope climbers.
Okay, well, we do have several lengths of rope, so we can haul them up. We just have to do it a couple at a time, right?
As a halfling, I wouldn't be able to help out much in that area.
Well, I can, Balinor can. I don't know if Muriel has any magic that can help, or how strong she is, but...
Yeah, I don't know. And with their assistance, you might be able to do one of you both of you could get one at a time potentially.
Mhm.
But then the guy himself, in order to save him, we'd probably have to knock him out. So it would probably take both of you guys getting him up. If I tied him up good.
That's true.
Is
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I can
hear
hear
you.
you fine.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Sure.
Because everybody else is cutting in and out, and the only ones so far that I've heard actually are Kirk and Thor. Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
hear anybody else. I hear some
Oh, okay.
background noise.
No,
Okay,
hear
I've
just
just
making
been.
sure, and yeah, you guys keep cutting in and out, so I'm just wanted to make sure that I was being heard.
No, I've just been listening. So with the mute
Okay.
on. So
Gotcha. So we can
Alright.
either save them or leave them.
hmm Well, I'm thinking. Well, it's like I said before. I think we may have to save him against his will.
Hmm.
You know, how badly does he look? Like, does he look really badly hurt?
Imagine somebody, you're just getting like in a street fight beat to like within an inch of their life, and then he'll or kind of then they laid off of them and bandaged them up a little bit.
Yeah. I'm thinking. Yeah, if we have to knock him out,
Other than looks broke.
and drag him out of there.
Didn't seem.
But I, for one, don't want to leave the rest of them down there.
Yeah, because he's saying not just leave them, he's like sacrifice them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't do that.
well, just for the sake of being devil's advocate, they are going to be there probably for a week, and we did tell that younger guy that we wouldn't do anything without him, and now we've got a message to give to the younger guy that we don't know what it means, but conceivably it could make a difference here.
But
So there is another side to it. I'm not saying that that's the right choice.
no, that's a good point.
That is something to consider.
But by the
The
time we get
others
back,
are pretty deathly afraid of their lives, it seemed.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
And the one guy, I mean, he got beaten
I'm
to
just
within
thinking, do
an
we
inch
want
of his life.
if they decide to take one of the others and beat them the same way, they're not going to stand up to it, right?
Yeah, they're not going to be able to withstand it, and he might not be able to withstand it for another day. They just may beat him to death.
Exactly. So, I mean, do we want that on our conscience, or?
I asked Muriel, she has a sleep spell.
Yes, I do.
Sorry, I lost you again.
So we could conceivably, if it works, put him to sleep and then haul him out.
Is someone strong enough to put him over, to do a carry with him over the shoulder, over your shoulders, and then climb the rope?
Well,
Climbing the rope with them would be a no.
yeah. Balinor could probably put him over his
sorry.
shoulder, but he'd probably drag him with his face on the ground behind him. I mean, Balinor could be at the top pulling the rope up.
All right, we can, if we're going to do this kind of rescue, if that is what we decide to do, then in the middle of the night, we're going to have to pull these people up the cliff one at a time, tie them into the rope.
And hope they don't, scream or get seen.
Yeah, I mean, we do have, rain and cloud cover to help. But,
That's true, but it's a 50-foot cliff. I mean, it's going to be visible from the entire camp.
Not in the middle of the night.
Well, that's true. Is it really dark out, or?
Even dark vision's only 60 feet, so
Yeah.
we just have.
Okay. All right. Well.
It's pretty dark. He showed a couple of campfires, so they're actually in the middle where those campfires are, and then there's some torches along the walls, and he said the nearest torch was up near that corner. So this would actually, with the shadows from the tents and the campfires, could actually be even, uber dark.
Well, I'm also wondering, what are the chances of us being able to sneak back out of the camp? Like if we all went down, rescued them, if we have to drag the elf out of the camp, I mean, The only thing we'd have to wait or worry about is at the front entrance, however many people are paying attention there.
We're not
because
still,
as we've seen, there hasn't been a lot of activity in and out of the tents, other than people lighting torches, right?
That's
right.
true.
There
Yeah,
hasn't been
mostly
a
no moving around. Occasionally, like I said, maybe I don't know, like
I mean, as long as we can keep quiet,
one
we
out
may
every
have to knock
maybe
the elf
20
out to keep
minutes
them
or
quiet.
something. You might see somebody come by,
Mhm.
pop their head out and stuff. But you do notice there are guards in the towers.
Yes,
And even
that would be our. But again, if we keep to the left-hand wall, we'd be far away from what they can see.
well, I mean, we would remember how he came in. This is kind of like a little notch that's rised up in like a horseshoe. We can
Mhm.
just hop back over and out and around the way we got all the way to over here.
Sorry, I keep losing everybody here. I don't know what's going on with my.
You're losing me?
Yeah, everybody keeps coming. It's like I can hear you, then all of a sudden you go quiet for like 10 seconds, and then come back, and I miss kind of what is being said.
Huh.
I may just, I'm going to disconnect for a minute. Maybe I'll reboot my computer just in case something's going on here, and I'll be right back, okay?
all right.
How far is the range on that sleep spell?
Not. I would have to be there.
Yay.
The problem with this, not to throw any, DM parts into your plan or anything, but the thing that you should be thinking about is your sleep spell works on those lowest level characters first.
That's correct.
So you target a range, and the lowest level characters get hit first.
Oh, oh.
So
Okay.
what happens is,
Actually, that's not true. I'm looking at the spell. Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points,
that's correct.
each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious until the spell ends. That makes a big difference. So
It
yes,
does.
it is by hit points, not by creature level. Excellent. Okay.
And it's current hit points.
Yes.
Now,
Huh.
I do 5d8 of hit points. Most of these commoners are going to have 1 or 2 hit points. I don't know what the monk is going to have.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was like an area thing. You instead
what's-
of getting instead
What's
of
the area
getting-
of effect?
It's the range is 90 feet, and then I creatures within 20 feet of the point I choose in that range,
Okay, 20 feet.
in ascending order of their current hit points, are affected. And
So
there's no save.
It's a 20-foot radius then.
No. Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
I can easily. I can't target them all with one casting.
But we don't want all of them.
No, just
We
the
prefer only the one would be best.
Only the
Yeah.
monk.
right.
Yeah.
Because then we'd have to
Um,
carry the other ones out, which could be a pain.
Yeah. If you could let me draw a circle.
Yeah, is there a way to just get that one person in?
Yeah, like
Well, it's a 20-foot radius, though.
yeah, it's
So
still gonna
it's
make it a little bit bigger.
guaranteed. Well, now understand that you have these stakes are not 10 feet apart.
He did say they were 10 feet apart.
Yeah, but they're not on this thing. If you start putting them 10
Oh.
feet apart, then we'll get a different effect.
That's a good point.
They are 10 feet apart. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the center of each square
well-
would be. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The centers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, each box is 5 feet, right?
Well, that means that between the stakes, there's only about 6 or 7 feet.
Yeah, 'Cause. 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 'Cause
And if that's the case, then what I have to do is very carefully pick the point that will only take in the monk. Oh, yes. Okay. The way you have it indicated there on the.
Yeah, I
on
think
the
we may
sheet.
have it. Yeah.
You'd have
So-
to be very precise
That's what I'm
and
saying.
know
It
your
can-
geometry.
It can be done, but it's tricky. And earlier discussion. This is out of character. Find familiar. You can communicate telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears.
Okay.
So there we
Oh, cool.
are. Okay, back in character. But it's an action, to do so.
Yeah, and you said there was a range of 90 feet, so you wouldn't have to go down there.
That would have to be a DM ruling.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Plus,
like, how precise can I be from that far away?
how far can he see?
Oh.
I
Yeah.
have dark vision 60 feet. The owl has dark vision 120.
Okay.
You'd at least have to probably get within 60 feet of that spot.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Here's my idea. I go down, I knock the elf out.
That's you're going to enter melee with a monk.
Yeah, he may knock you out with his nose or something.
He's tied up.
Well, then what if you kill him? What if he's got 1 hit point left?
Then he's dead.
Problem solved. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can't put him to sleep. He's an elf, so we have to go.
Oh.
with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
he's
that's
an
the
elf.
thing.
Okay.
Come out.
I didn't
right.
know elves had that, so I
He's
I
he
had
is
no idea.
he as am I immune to
Mhm.
that
Okay.
spell.
Oh, that's
Well,
a good
then
thing
that
to
takes
know.
care of that.
Yeah, that's a good thing to know.
Well, because if we try and actively save these, he's already mentioned that he would call the guards if I didn't leave in 30 seconds. So if he sees me again, there's a chance he's going to call the guards anyway. And if I start getting rid of these people and moving them up, he's definitely going to start. When we had to knock out that guy earlier in the combat the other day, and we had to knock him unconscious but not kill him. Is there a way you could do that with a ranged weapon?
Yeah.
There is?
No, I don't think you can actually do that with the ranged weapon. I
Really?
think it has to
Okay,
be.
that's why.
I'm thinking it has to be a melee weapon.
I think you're right.
I mean, that makes the most sense as for it to be a melee to do like a little blunt thing. But I'm gonna ask. Aha! Perfect. We kill him.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Hear me out.
No, I hear it. He'll be at 0 hit points.
He'll
and then
be
you
at
give him
0
a good
hit
berry.
points.
You gave him a good berry.
We give him a good berry, and he's good to go because he looks of an adventurer character that could handle going down to 0.
How is he going to eat a good bear if he's unconscious, though?
Yeah, you would have to have the spell.
Huh?
You would have to have some healing, miraculous healing from a cleric. It would have to be a spell.
Oh, yeah, I think we could force a Goodberry in there. I mean,
Well, I do have a cure wound spell.
but if it took a
Oh,
spell,
he's got a cure wound spell.
we could find a spell. Yeah, we could figure that out.
Oh, I've got cure wound, so I mean,
Yeah.
if I go down, I can heal him. That's not a problem.
No, I don't.
Well,
I don't. I
Here,
don't want anybody
here's the problem. Okay, the rules as written are a baseline for you to follow along in the game, so that people have a common idea of what's going on. Your characters don't know, oh my gosh, hey, we know what we can do. We can knock this guy down. He's going to have a death saving throw, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all
Okay.
metagaming stuff. If you if you literally saw somebody beat to within a quarter of an inch of their life, and then you say, oh, I'm just going to hit them and knock them unconscious, would you, I mean, I wouldn't think that is possible. I'm going to think, if I hit this
Gotcha.
guy, he's going to die on me. He's going to have brain hemorrhage or something. And
I see what you mean.
little
Yeah.
little Goodberry isn't going to do any
You're gonna.
good.
I see exactly what you mean.
But it's a good berry; it can do anything.
No. I see exactly what you mean. Like, there's a difference in going out there and trying to knock him out on the head instead of like,
Yeah.
oh, let's go ahead and shoot an arrow into him and drop him below 0 because I know below 0 he still has a chance of surviving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I totally went down that.
I say,
medicated
we
road.
just
That-
we
I
attempt to knock him out,
try not to do
drag
that.
him out of there if we have to. Either that,
People-
just untie him, gag him, and
People should
Uh-huh.
be allowed to choose the path he or she wishes to follow, each person.
Yeah.
The problem is this monk will try to prevent us from rescuing these people who wish to be rescued.
Exactly. We need to knock him out. If he wants to stay, he's welcome to stay, but we need to rescue the others. If we have to knock him out to rescue the others, then we will do that.
Well, and I'm
Or
not
attempt it.
playing
How do-
devil's advocate as the DM again, okay?
Mhm.
I'm just throwing out another
Yes.
let's remember the backstory.
Yes.
You guys left the town just to investigate
Yes.
where the enemy went. Find out what you could find out about them and come back. That was what you were told to do. That was what
Was
you
that what we
left.
were told? Okay, I thought the mayor told us to go find and save the prisoners.
If
that's
it
what
was
we were told, then
possible,
perfect.
that was, if you could find someone, bring them back. You can find any items, so you can find out what they're
Yeah,
doing, anything. Again, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying you weren't sent here specifically to release prisoners. If
Perfect.
But
That changes lots of things in my mind because I thought we were here to. I thought that was what he tasked us to do instead of have the keyword of investigate being first. That's perfect.
if we rescue the elf, then we have finished our investigation because he can give us lots of information.
Well, he gave us. I mean,
Yeah, that's
he
true.
gave us a lot anyway. And you're right. I mean, there's a whole week. This was only half a day out of Greenest, wasn't it?
Sorry, I lost you.
no, it was pretty much a full day.
Okay.
You left pretty much in the morning, and you got here just at evening. So
And it's going to be the same amount of travel time to get back.
Right.
Mhm. And then to come back again.
Yeah. If totally
If we leave them.
changes everything. I thought I had a different. I was working under a different directive. Cool. Well, let's load up, head out, and get out of this.
now remember, I'm not saying that's the right thing or the
Mhm.
wrong thing to do.
However,
I'm just refreshing everyone's memory
I
on
want to rescue these people, so.
what you want to do and what you were told to do and what you
Yeah.
want to do might be two different things. So
Yeah.
just
Well,
keep
I'd
that in
love
mind.
to rescue these people too, but we've got a guy down there who's going to actively try and stop us. it won't take much to stop us.
That rescue could not be done without a silence.
Mm-hmm.
We must have something to silence. If we had a cleric who could call upon the favor of the gods to create a zone in which no sound can be made, we might be able to rescue those people. But with the current situation and the current resources, all we will do is arouse the guards, get people killed, and perhaps ourselves.
I know not of what a cleric can do, but yes, right now it's a situation we can't. The risks are too high to get all of these out without damage to themselves or us.
It would get them killed.
Yes. Let's head back to the mayor and report.
We have other things we can investigate.
Like?
I believe some mention was the Red Roost to the north.
That's some, yeah. Once we get back to the town and tell the kid who was working with the elf that gave us the staff.
Yeah, he'll know what that means. So
he'll know what that means, so we can maybe investigate that.
And that may very well be more important than what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there's like a holy man somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm liking the sound of that, I think.
Well, folks, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in this video so the PCs have a few more minutes to discuss things and figure out what they want to do, and then we'll be back for the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.